Spurs fan in the house.
On the Plot Malaysia.
Hello, welcome to the Plot Malaysia. This is our 74th episode. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans.
Woohoo! Whoa,
It's back,
whoa.
baby. It's back.
It's back. We saw some awesome football over the weekend, and today we are here to talk about game week 1. And of course, it's not just going to be me and Hurry, guys. We've got the host from Spurs Eurasian TV, Mr. Eugene. Woohoo!
The hardcore
Welcome,
Spurs
Eugene.
fan.
Yes.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good.
Yes,
Welcome, Eugene.
Eugene. Welcome to the show. The guys, this is a hardcore Spurs fan. Check his channel out, Spurs Eurasian TV. Welcome, Eugene. Good to have you on.
Thanks for having me on. My honor to be on the first time on your show, right? Like we said, usually breaking the virginity.
Yes.
And guys, this is Eugene is a self-proclaimed number one Spurs fan in Malaysia as well. So yeah.
At the moment, yeah.
At the moment.
Nobody's challenging me, so I'll take that.
Take that title. Take that title.
Yeah.
All right. At least you're going to have a trophy in your cabinet. Anyway, moving on.
Don't go there. Come on.
Great way to start that show.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, over here we're going to discuss about, of course, a few games. So, Hurry, take it away, man. What do we have in store today for Eugene and everyone?
All right, guys, listen, I mean, we're obviously reviewing the first game week of the Premier League. Like I said, it's back, baby. It's back. The real show is back. You know, we had the Euros, which was fun as long as it lasted. But this is the real show. This is the real deal. It's back. And it's back with a bang. Because, Ram, I mean, I don't know about you, man, Eugene, but having supporters, full stadiums in the ground again, just made us realize what we missed. This is what it's all about, man. What we had last year was honestly, I mean, garbage compared to what we're seeing now. There was no life. Yeah, it was a nightmare.
It was a nightmare.
There was a lack of soul. There was a lack of. You didn't even enjoy watching those games. Exactly. You know, you had those fake FIFA sounds in the background. I mean, but the real deal is back. It was so nice to see fans in the stadium. I mean, a classic image of the weekend as well was Thomas Frank, you know, the Brentford manager. It would have been great to get an Arsenal fan here, by the way, guys, today, to have a piss out of them. But Brentford manager going up and celebrating with a young kid in the crowd. I don't know if you guys saw that image.
Never did.
Beautiful to see that, and it's back. It's back with a bang. So we want to review the weekend's fixtures, but before we and primarily the focus has got to be on. We're going to focus on three major games. We're going to focus on Spurs City, of course, with Eugene in the house. We're going to talk about Man United Leeds. Unfortunately, Man United got off to a blistering start, so we're going to focus on that, and then we're obviously going to talk about the Kings of Europe, 6-time Champions League winners.
Okay.
The boys,
put that in the back. Put that in the back.
The boys from Anfield are back, so we're going to talk about them as well, guys. But before we start, let's quickly go through the rest of the fixtures and the results. So, guys, as you can see, Brentford got a 2-0 win over Arsenal, which is a shock result. Man United beat Leeds 5-1. Leicester got a 1-0 win over Wolves. I think it was Vardy at the score again. Chelsea 3-0 over Palace. Pulisic got a goal, and Chalobah got a great goal. Watford 3-2. Everton came back to beat Southampton 3-1 as well. And then obviously Burnley lost 1-2 at home to Brighton, who were going great guns again. Started off the season well with Graham Potter. I know Eugene, I think someone you guys were keen on as well. And then obviously Norwich got hammered by Liverpool 3-0. I will say hammered. I think that's the appropriate word. Newcastle 2-4 now. To me, I don't know about you guys, man. To me, this was the game of the weekend. Newcastle 2, West Ham 4. What a brilliant game of football this was. I mean, I'll say Maximum was brilliant, man. He was like a one-man team, but then West Ham showed their strength again. The Jamaican up top, Mikel Antonio, got a great goal for them, the Jamaican. And then obviously the big result of the weekend. The game we all have to start with, the big game on Sunday. Spurs picking up a 1-0 win over City. What a
Wow.
result. What an absolute result this was, Eugene. So we've got to start with you, man. What were your thoughts on going into this game, and then your thoughts coming out of this game?
Basically, the pre-game, the Spurs fans were all quite positive throughout the fandom of the Spurs world, right? Because we always knew that MCT is a slow starter, okay? And we could see that once the game started, they were in control for the first 15 minutes or so, but they found it hard to break us down. But of course, kudos to Jeffet Tanganga, right? He really put Grealish in his pocket, and he
Sterling
put Sterling
as well
in the other pocket too. So that's why we said Jeffet has got at least 140 million in his pocket now. Right, but we hanged on for the first 15 minutes. They were pressing and pressing, right? And after the first 15 to 20 minutes, we started to get back control of the game and to show that we had the steel and aggression. What I like about the team that Nuno is building now is that it's given back the players the confidence to do what they have to do and understand there's a system, right? And we played as a team and we fought as a team. Remember, in the 88th minute, Grealish went against Moura and 10 guys were more or less behind Moura when Grealish approached him. Right? So we didn't see that last season. We were so scattered last season, but this season, our hopes are high. But I still take it with a pinch of salt because don't forget, it's just still the first game of the season, right? Never underestimate City, right? And I think City problem was more or less the defenders, Ake and Mendy. They couldn't handle Moura.
No,
they couldn't.
And I'll add one more player. I thought Bergwijn had a good game as well.
He was fantastic.
Although he missed the sitter, but he had a really good game.
Bergwijn, to tell the truth, he has all the potential there, right? But I keep saying on my shows on Spurs Vision TV, Bergwijn needs more shooting practice. But to tell the truth, that goal that he went on, right? He should most probably taken one more touch to cut in to shoot, but the angle that he had to score wasn't there, and he couldn't dink it over. Ederson is such a big goalkeeper, right? So he didn't have much choices on the near post. The far post, he didn't have the angle to put it there. But like I said, practice. He needs more practice.
All right.
Agreed.
Awesome.
Agreed.
Just wanted to ask you, Eugene. I mean, of course, Harry Kane was not there in the starting lineup. He was not even in the substitutes bench, and they were contemplating whether he was actually in the stadium. So, was he in the stadium? What's going on? What's the latest development you think?
To me, I heard Sissoko and Aurier was in the stadium, but Harry Kane, I don't think he was in the stadium at all. Right, there wasn't any news coming out to show him he was actually in the stadium or sitting anywhere in the stands. But to tell the truth, somehow or another, have you all noticed, right? Spurs play a bit more better without Harry Kane.
That's a bold statement.
That's a bold statement.
Certain times when Harry Kane is not there, Spurs come out and perform as a team, right? And
do you think it's like the Messi factor? Because Barcelona lost Messi this weekend. Everyone thought, what's going to happen to them, and then they go out and win quite comfortably. Do you think it's because when you have a player like Kane in the team, you always want to pass the ball to him. Everything has to run through him. Whereas I thought Spurs this weekend were very much a collective, a team. They were fighting for each other. So do you think that has a lot to do with it as well?
I guess that has a lot to do with it because the focus more will be, when Harry Kane plays, all the focus is on him. Right? And not to say that we want to say we're a Harry Kane team, but sometimes we do over-rely on him too much. And sometimes I pity Harry Kane too. He does need his rest. And he's been overplayed for the past 4 years. That's what I feel. That's why sometimes you see when coming to the end of the season, his form dips. And the manager has no choice because he's Harry Kane, right? But now, with Nuno coming in, building a team, right? And you see when we counter-attacked City, we were really quick. And there wasn't any stoppage, pull back to look and shoot. We just went forward, right? And I guess it will work in the first game against City because City hasn't been up to speed and all that. And we could actually see the fitness that City had and the fitness that we had, which is also say kudos to Nuno for bringing back our fitness levels, right? Which last season you could see wasn't there. And we didn't feel threatened at all. I was watching the match. I just, last season when we were 1-0 up or 3-0 up, right? And we used to sit back and back and back until more or less you'll be sitting with Lloris. You know what I'm saying? That's where the danger comes in. But Sunday game, what we saw is that we were in control. More or less that we were playing to our strengths. We were in control. And to tell you the fight that we had, going down, getting the ball at the right time, putting the hit in at the right time, right? Getting the ball far enough away from danger, which we lacked a lot last season. And to tell the truth, kudos to Sanchez and Dyer, right? Even though
Dyer, I can't believe you. I can't believe you're giving kudos to Eric Dyer.
No, I will give praise when performance is there. But of course, like I said, take it with a pinch of salt. Still the first game, right? Dyer performs consistently the whole season, right? Bro, it's football, man. Everything will be forgiven.
Exactly. Go ahead, Ram.
I just wanted to highlight something though. I mean, what I felt when I saw the game, because when you look at Nuno when he was managing Wolves, there was a lot of interplays. There was a lot of link-up play from defense to midfield and to attack. That's what I saw in Spurs, against City on Sunday. I felt that that Portuguese masterclass was slowly coming into play. Do you think, of course, I'm not going to compare Jose and Nuno, but I do feel there's a very, very huge difference in the style of management and style of football, which is very, very attractive. Do you think it's a bit more attractive than last season, though?
To tell the truth, the football is attractive, I think, because of the understanding that Nuno has built in the team and said that we are playing as a team, right? When during the Jose reign, it was more focused on the 3 or 4 players that Jose liked, Harry Kane, Son Heung-min, Højbjerg, Lloris, right? And, Jose, I think, has got this mental block that he brings in the top players and turn them into elite players, right? And he doesn't, when, he won't put a ram around you and said, okay.
He's not that type of guy.
And, he's the kind that says that you're professional, you deal with your own fitness, you deal with your own lifestyle, you deal with it. When you come on the pitch, I want 110%. I don't care what you do outside. If you come on the pitch, you give me 110%, all is fair. If you come on the pitch and you don't do that, I'm sorry. You're in the back. And I won't give you words of confidence. Okay? That's up to you. All right? But different style of manager. We have got the results on Sunday. Very happy for me and for Spurs fans around the world. All right? Come on, you Spurs.
Oh yeah, I've got to say as well. Right? I think tactically Nuno got it spot on over the weekend. I think the first 15 to 8 minutes he struggled maybe to get to grips, but then I think he got it spot on. He played 3 speedy players, which maybe wouldn't have been the case if Kane played, right? Because you look at Son, Lucas Moura, Bergwijn, they've all got pace, and I think they troubled especially Mendy and Ake quite a bit. So kudos to Nuno there, but I'm sure you'll agree here. It's a first game. It's too early to judge. It's against City, backs against the wall. It's normally easier to rise and work as a team when your backs are against the wall. You've got to see how they play out over the next few weeks as well before you can really judge Nuno Espirito Santo.
But Nuno set the team up like more or less 4-3-3, right? But when you see the game play, right, it was a false back 3. Whenever Reguilon went up, Tanganga stayed back and turned it into a 3 at the back.
But that's how we played with Wolves, right? He always used to play with the 5 at the back.
Yeah. That's what they do, you see. So I guess that's a good sign because it shows that he can adapt to the situation.
He's tactically very, very smart manager. I think.
Very astute manager. And when he saw that MCT started to wane, he didn't let go. He will give them the ball, but when we got the ball, we were like 10 times faster than the players, and they were chasing back like the pace moving forward. And I think he used that tactic, right, to wear them down. Because he knows that my players can run 120 minutes non-stop like that. Can MCT players do that? That was the question.
And they're not fit, right? They're not fit at all. I mean, brilliant result. Congratulations, bro.
Congrats, man.
Before we move on to Man United and Ram's gloating, which is going to happen fairly soon, I think we quickly have to talk a little bit about Man City, man. Just so you guys know, I don't know if you read the stat, but they have lost their last 3 competitive games. If you count the Community Shield, they lost the Champions League final, or 4, Community Shield, this game without scoring a goal in all 3 games. There's obviously a lack of fitness. Kevin De Bruyne doesn't look completely fit. I think he's still nursing an injury. And in my opinion, I've got to ask this question to both of you because, in my opinion, I know it's only the first game, guys, and I'm going to be very controversial here, but I think Jack Grealish is a waste of £100 million. I think that City team needed Harry Kane more than they need Jack Grealish. I think Jack Grealish is way overpriced at £100 million.
I believe that too, right? But I think what MCT is doing at the moment, I think it's because they are more or less preparing for the FFP backlash that they're going to have. So they must well spend the money now and get Grealish in first and try to push for Kane. But like I would say, if I were you, right, I would have pushed for Kane first. Try to get But the problem is MCT is Levy wants at least £160 million. Pounds, not euros.
Not euros,
not euros, pounds. But the problem is that MC doesn't want to meet that valuation, so Levy will say, "Go F yourself."
And the other thing as well, Ram, I don't know if you saw it as well, man, but they didn't really create much as well. They've got so many creative players they had on the pitch, but I didn't really think they created much. And I think you got to give kudos to Spurs for it. But also the fact that they haven't scored in their last few games, they're not creating as much as well. Maybe teams have worked them out. I don't know, guys. Give us your thoughts, man. Maybe teams are picking up from Tuchel's strategy. If you look at Tuchel, I think he's never lost against Pep now. He's won like 3 or 4 games on the bounce. And maybe there's something about that.
I feel it's good news for United fans out there, guys. United fans watching City like this, hope they play like this and stay on like this. It'll be very, very good for us. But Jack Grealish is a waste of money, in my opinion. 100 million.
I'll tell you why. I'll give you my opinion about it as well, right? If you see Jack Grealish, I mean, there's a stat that goes around all the time, right? He wins the most free kicks in the league, etc. But the reason he wins the most free kicks in the league, if you watch him, he takes a lot of touches the ball. He holds the ball a bit too long, I feel. And I feel when you play for an Aston Villa, maybe you have to do that. You have to relieve the pressure of your team because you're under the cosh maybe and etc. I feel when you play with City, you have to move the ball faster because you play against low blocks. And if you play against low block teams, you have to move the ball faster. If not, the teams can just get back into position very quickly. And that's the reason why I feel the guy has to change his game quite a bit to actually make an impact. But I feel he holds on to the ball too long, and teams can get back into shape quite a lot faster, So that's my thoughts anyway, like watching the game this weekend.
Grealish has been like that for some time. That's the style of his play, right? So I think, how you say, Pep has to coach it out of him.
Yes,
make him go faster a bit. That's coach it out of him. But he's getting his free kicks a lot. But the problem, what Spurs did with him this time, right? The Tanganga left him on the outside of the pitch, not outside the penalty box, more than letting him come in. If you let Jack Grealish come in, right, that's where the danger is. And you foul him there, that is where the danger is.
And I think they were very smart as well, Spurs. They were fouling him in areas where the City couldn't hurt them. So free kicks way out of, not threatening positions where they can score from, which was smart. And I think Pep can coach it out of him, obviously. I don't know whether he can. I think he might be able to because he did it with Riyad Mahrez. If you guys know, Riyad Mahrez used to hold the ball a lot as well. And you can see he plays it a lot quicker now as well. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Great result, man, Eugene. Moving on, man. We've got to talk about probably some people say the result of the weekend in the sense that, they came out as hot favorites suddenly. United after this weekend's clashes is probably the favorites for the title. I think it's a bit
one game. Come on.
I'm
telling you too soon.
But what are your thoughts? Ram. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Ram? What were your thoughts of the game, man? Bruno Fernandes hat-trick. And none of them were penalties, by the way.
Oh, yes, absolutely. He silenced the critics on that note. That's brilliant. Of course, he has come on, filling big shoes, in the squad. And he has come on style, scoring 3 goals. His first hat-trick for the club. But overall, I felt United just knew they wanted to win this game because the last season they lost the opening game, so they didn't want that to happen again. So you could see the intent was there. They wanted to just start things off early, and if they could get more than 3 goals, why not? They want to do that, and they have a good history with Leeds. They won 6-2 last season, so they do have that good record. But in my opinion, I felt it was good pressing from United. It was good to see that the 2 new signings did not start right away, and the current squad that they had performed, which is good, which adds more depth to the squad, and of course the manager gets a chance now to play around, rotate around, and of course have those players in his firearm. So I think it was a good all-round performance, but I am not going to say that I'm not afraid of Southampton. They are a tricky squad coming next. So let's see what happens.
I don't know. Anyone stand out for you? Any players stood out for you, Ram? I know there were quite a lot of good performers, but have you had to pick your top 3 performers of the weekend for United?
Bruno, definitely, for sure. I would have to give Scott McTominay a shout as well because he had his critics about passing the ball back, but now you see him playing the ball more forward, which I thought was really, really good. And I thought, surprisingly, this guy that I never liked in the squad, McFred. McFred. I mean, Fred surprised me. His passing was on point. He found the players. Normally he wouldn't do that. He would like just lose the ball so easily. So this time I think he really improved. And of course I give a shout to Harry Maguire as well. He played well. Just excited to see his partnership with Varane coming soon. Let's see how it goes.
I'm just surprised you haven't mentioned this guy yet.
Paul Pogba.
Yeah, 4 assists.
Okay, 4 assists in a game.
And the first goal.
Yep.
The first goal
4 assists in the game, first goal. Yeah, I mean, probably another United fan would have mentioned him, but for some reason, I'm not going to make him as a standout player of the first game. I felt that the other 3 players I've mentioned deserved more compared to Paul Pogba. Bit controversial, but that's how I feel.
Very controversial indeed. Eugene, your thoughts on the game, man? Anyone stand out for you? What were your thoughts on the game? And Leeds disappointed, isn't it?
No,
very disappointed Leeds.
I think Leeds' problem is that they always go into one system.
Too open, I think.
Yeah, one system, and if you know how to navigate them, right, they become actually easy fodder to beat, right? And they only know how to do one way all the time. But let's see what happens because Leeds didn't play with Phillips, Phillips wasn't there. So that's more or less how they lost the midfield. That's why McTominay and Fred was so dominant in the midfield because Phillips wasn't there to break them up and all that. But like you said, you won't want to give kudos to Pogba, but Pogba did do a good job. But my big surprise to see actually Mason Greenwood.
I thought he was
the young boy.
I thought he was.
Yeah, he was great.
Young boy. Yeah. And don't forget, he scored the first goal.
Yeah,
right.
The second one. I think he scored the second goal. Mason Greenwood.
He's got a second goal. Yeah, second goal.
Yeah, second goal. Yeah, he scored the second goal. Don't forget that, right? And it wasn't an easy goal, because when the ball came in like from so far away, he had to run it down first, and to have the stamina to get hold of it properly and put it past the keeper. Good young boy. You have a very good prospect for you there, Ram, for MU.
Yeah, he's been it's been a good attacker to have in the squad. Just lacking a few goals last season, so hopefully this season he will add more goals to his tally and make things happen. So yeah, I'm very happy with the team. Hopefully they can carry on with the momentum.
Now it's the golden question, Ram. I'm going to put you on the spot. 1 game into the season, are you guys favorites now?
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to blow my own horn or blow my team's horn right now. No. The challenge is going to come when they play with Spurs, when they play with Liverpool, they play with Arsenal, Chelsea. Okay, forget Arsenal. The challenge will come when you play these teams. So you can probably ask me that question again, Harry, when after 10 games.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, my thoughts on the game exactly as well, right? United. I thought they were brilliant. They did what they had to do to beat Leeds. But I mean, I'm not just saying this as a big enemy of United. I would say as a Liverpool fan, but I think it's too early to judge, man, because if you remember, they beat Leeds 6-2 last year as well at Old Trafford.
Yep.
All right, it's very obvious that.
And then we lost to Sheffield United 2-1. Ah.
Exactly. So it's very obvious that Solskjaer has a number on Bielsa. Solskjaer's United normally play very well on the counter attack, and I think it suits the way Leeds play. I think it suits them. They get the ball, they press them, they get the ball, and then they counter attack because Leeds gives you a lot of space in behind. I think the test for Solskjaer and the United team is going to come against the deep defending, low block teams where they have a lot of the ball, and they're going to have to break open teams, I think. So too soon, but a great start for United, I have to say, man, begrudgingly.
Oh, thank you very much, Harry.
And that too without Sancho and Varane. So that's a bit of a scary proposition, I must say.
Yep. So Harry, are you ready to talk about your Liverpool?
My beloved club.
You saw what I did there, Eugene.
I know.
Oh yeah. Let the bells begin. Anyway, go on, Harry.
Yeah. So brilliant.
let me put you on the spot. Let me put you on the spot. Or Eugene, do you want to ask Harry a question on Liverpool? I want to. Let's put you on the spot, Eugene. Ask Harry a question to Liverpool's game. Go ahead.
Harry, do you think VVD is back?
Oh yes, man. Oh yes. What a difference he makes. I mean, listen, we've got to give him time. He's not even a proper match fit yet. His first game back, competitive game back, right? He's played a few friendlies in preseason. First competitive game back after what I don't know, 12 months or something like that, or 9 or 10 months out of action. So I think even he himself accepts that he's only at about maybe 70-80% fit. So you got to give him time. He'll probably make a few mistakes along the way. But my word, for a first game back, he was like a Rolls Royce, man. He was just cozy. His positioning was brilliant. He was leading the back line brilliantly, not having to overwork himself. And then the best part, and the thing we missed the most last year, people talk about the defensive side of his game, but VVD adds a lot to the attacking side of our game. Yeah. He was a threat every time we had a set piece and corner. He was also brilliant because every time teams tried to press us or anything, or press our midfield, he would play a long ball, bypass, and play it straight to Mo Salah's feet. And suddenly we are behind the team, the opposition team. We couldn't do that last year because none of our centre backs could play that long, raking diagonal ball. So every time exactly. So what teams would do is any defender plays the ball into midfield, they'll press our midfield, and then our midfield is stuck and they can't really progress the ball. And you could see this so much in this game. Every time teams tried to press our midfield, they didn't know what to do because Virgil van Dijk would pick the ball up and play a long diagonal to Mo Salah's feet or Trent's feet, and suddenly we're out and we're attacking the team. So he's a big weapon for us, even in attack, not just defense. So he's definitely back, man, in my opinion. Now, touch wood, we just got to keep him fit, and you will see the difference from Liverpool as well.
Harry, I wanted to ask you this question. Yeah, I wanted to ask you this question. I mean, I have another follow-up question after this, but I just want to ask a Liverpool fan this question. Did Jurgen Klopp lose his glasses or something?
No, apparently that's a great question, right? Apparently he had an eye surgery. He had an eye surgery over the summer, so now he doesn't need his glasses anymore. I think it's good because whenever he celebrates goals, he ends up breaking his glasses. So maybe he's going to save money that way now as well. He doesn't have to keep buying glasses, so that's sorted as well.
The doubt I had in my mind was cleared. I thought, what happened to his glasses? He lost it in training or something, or
all cleared. It's a new look, man. It's a new look, Jurgen.
Yeah, he looks younger. He looks younger now. Looks good. So good for him. Good for him. But Harry, I want to ask you. I mean, when I saw the game between Liverpool and Norwich, I thought Norwich had a good start in the game. They looked like they were taking the game to Liverpool at some point. And of course, when the goals came in, obviously Norwich fell apart. So what do you think Liverpool has to do better in the upcoming games ahead?
All right, I mean, I'm going to talk about what we did well first. I thought we played the game well, and I think it was a plan from Liverpool and Jurgen to silence the crowd because it's a newly promoted team, fans back in the stadium. We knew they will start fast. If you look, Brentford, Watford, they both won their opening games this weekend, and the atmosphere in the Norwich ground was crazy. So I think Jurgen's plan was silence the crowd, just keep it tight, and then after 15-20 minutes, start playing your football. And that's what we did. So I thought it was a very professional job. We were not outstanding, but we were professional, efficient, and we got the job done. We still had 19 shots on target, I think. 19 shots or something. 19 shots in total, target. Even though... No, not on target, sorry. 19 shots in total. Even though we were playing in a more conservative or in a more professional manner. So, I mean, that bodes well for a first game. I think some standout performances, and that was not even our first choice midfield, by the way. We were playing our second choice midfield, Milner, Ox, and Keita. Our first choice midfield is Fabinho, Henderson, and Thiago. So a complete second choice midfield, and to get the job done like that, I think bodes well. Speaks about strength and depth. I thought standout performers. I mean, Kostas. He's only played 6 minutes last year in the Premier League. Comes in for Robertson. He had an outstanding game. I think he made a couple of mistakes at the end of the game because he was tired, but he had an outstanding first half. So I thought that was a big plus. I thought Naby Keita in midfield, if he keeps himself fit.
Yeah, he was good.
He was pressing all over the pitch. I thought he had a brilliant game. And then in attack, I mean, all were good. Mane was good. Jota got his goal. He was a bit quiet, but he scored a good goal, and that's what he does. Jota just scores goals. Bobby Firmino came on, and he was brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
He was brilliant. But standout performer, Mo Salah. I mean, 2 assists and a goal. He does it year after year. He created a record again. First player in the Premier League to score on 5 opening weekends, 5 seasons opening weekend. So, I mean, what can you say about the guy, man? He was absolutely brilliant. He scored a brilliant third goal as well. So, yeah, I think all round, I mean, very happy because we were playing a lot of Virgil van Dijk's first game back. We were playing a second choice midfield, Bobby Firmino off the bench, Fabinho off the bench. So, taking all that into consideration, I thought great start, man. 3-0, no, not much troubles. Alisson had to make one great save. So yeah, I mean, apart from that, I thought very professional job, and here we go again. On we go to the next one.
Awesome. I'm going to ask both of you this question because I want to ask you all this question, and because I have to ask you this question. So I'm going to start with Eugene. Eugene, if let's say Spurs were to play United in the next game, okay, how do you think it will fare? Do you think United will win it, or do you think Spurs will? Just for fun. Want to know your opinion.
Currently, directly now, straight away, we play you again. I guess it will be where are we playing first? Home or away?
You pick. Away. Maybe home for Spurs.
Home for Spurs. Okay. The way that both teams are going, I guess Nuno will use his tactics to see what Ole did in the Leeds match and to try to counter it. And I will still have confidence that we will nip a win. We will nip a win at home.
Oh.
We will nip a win. Yeah. Right.
Okay. Confidence. Keep that confidence. But I think United will win. Thank you, Eugene.
Eugene, before we sort of very quickly move on to just a quick review of Chelsea, for example, and wrap the show off, I've got to ask you the question, put you on the spot, man. Do you think Spurs are going to challenge this year? I mean, where do you think they're going to finish? And are they going to challenge for top four? Or are they going for potentially challenging for the title?
Yeah. For me, I'm a deluded Spurs fan, right?
Yep.
Every season starts, right? We're going to win the league.
Okay.
When it starts,
that's the number one Spurs supporter in Malaysia there, guys.
Number one, guys.
You'll win the league, right? But to be realistic, if we do about 4 to 6, I'll be very happy. And maybe we win a FA Cup or I don't want to see this. The European Conference League.
League.
Yeah. European Conference League. A cup and 4 to 6, I'll be very happy. But like I've been saying before, all Spurs fans, we've been psychoed to always go for top 4. But my mentality is that we must go for number 1. If you go for number 1, if you slip up, you'll be in top 4.
You can finish top 4, exactly. Go for the top.
Okay.
I mean, very quickly, guys, I mean, I've got to mention this as we wrap up the Liverpool talk, right? I just got a stat today, which I thought I have to share with you guys, but also Liverpool viewers out there. People talk about Liverpool's defense being Virgil van Dijk, etc. We also had another defender come back after 4 or 5 months out, Joel Matip. Over the weekend. And he's an outstanding defender, by the way. Very, very underrated defender. Brilliant with the ball at his feet. Great defender. Check out this for a stat. In matches that Joel Matip has started for Liverpool, the last 44 matches, we have lost 1 game. One in the last 44. And he has played a lot of games without Van Dijk as well last year, before he got injured. So that speaks a lot about the guy. He's a quality defender, very underrated defender. So I thought I'll just highlight that stat.
Just one question to you, Harry. What about Gomez?
Gomez I think gets a lot of credit. He's known, he's got pace and etc. And everyone kind of assumes that it's Virgil van Dijk and Gomez is his partner, his preferred partner. But actually, Matip is the better partner for Virgil van Dijk. Matip is the better defender, in my opinion, to Gomez. Gomez quality, but Matip is a better all-round player. When we won the Champions League, when we played Barcelona in that game, we won 4-0 and the Champions League. Matip was a partner for Van Dijk all the way through that season. So it gives you an idea. Both are quality, but I
guess who you beat in the Champions League final, right?
Of course, man. That was a piece of cake, man. and anyway, guys, I'm just gonna throw it off the cuff here. Nothing detailed, but Chelsea got a 3-0 win. They're also obviously one of the challengers, so I'm just gonna mention them. 3-0 against Palace. Do you guys think Palace is going down under Vieira?
Well, they look really poor, but I think Vieira, in my opinion, is his first time managing in the Premier League, I think, right? Correct? So,
yep.
Yeah, so I guess maybe a few more games will really tell, whether he has the grit to show and get some results. What do you think, Eugene? What about you?
Vieira coming in as a new manager, first time as a Premier League manager. Like you said before, he needs time to know his players and whether he has that astute to know what to do with the players he has. You see, I think at the moment now they're having this problem with Zaha, right? Because Zaha
Yeah.
has always been wanting to leave. Haven't you noticed for the past 5 seasons, right? Zaha has been linked to leave nearly every season.
Every year.
Every season, yeah.
From what I was remembering, right, from 70 million pounds down to 50 million pounds. Now I think he's rated at 30 million pounds. They have a slight problem there, and they have a very aging team.
Squad,
the squad is the age is. I mean, most of them are in their late 20s and all that. So Vieira has got a very tough job, and somehow or another the money has to be spent, and in this climate now with COVID and all that, I don't see him getting a lot of players coming in. But he has got a few in already. But do wish him the best of luck, right? He's the Arsenal. He's the ex-Arsenal captain, right? And
Premier League legend,
Premier legend, right? Trust, like what we've been telling the Arsenal fans, right? Trust in the process. Arteta in. And Vieira,
Arteta
and Vieira a chance. But Premier League is very fickle. Maybe in like 5-6 games, we'll see.
What about Chelsea, man? They look strong this year. Strong squad. They won the Champions League last year. So coming off a win in the Champions League. They won the Super Cup, I think, now as well. But what an attacking unit. Defensively looks strong. In the middle of the park, strong with Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic. Robin Loftus-Cheek is back, I think, as well. Up top, Pulisic, Ziyech. I mean, name it, Mason Mount. All of them. And then to add to that now, 98 million pounds Lukaku to finish the goals instead of Werner as well, who was missing chances galore. I mean, they look a real threat, don't they, Eugene?
Lukaku, really Lukakan aku, Anyway, Eugene, carry on.
I mean,
like I said, Lukaku coming in, right, is how you said that. Since one thing about Chelsea is they couldn't get Haaland, right?
Yep.
They're willing to pay up to 150 million pounds for Haaland,
They didn't get him.
But Dortmund didn't want to let him go. They knew they couldn't get Haaland, so they've got their second choice, because I'm sure they will love to have Harry Kane, but I don't think Harry Kane would have gone to Chelsea. Okay,
Chelsea,
no. So that's why no way. So that's why they've got Lukaku, and Lukaku is, like I said, he's more or less Premier League proven goal scorer. He can get you 17 to 20 goals per season.
He will get you 20 goals a season, especially with that attacking unit in Chelsea. He'll get you easily 20 goals, I think.
But like you said, they are one of the favourites with MCT and MU. Okay, the last top 3 last season. So
don't forget Chelsea us, bro. We finished third.
Yes. But the only problem I frightened your squad might not. Sorry to say this, Harry. Your squad is
Yeah, our squad is not deep enough. I agree, but I like it this way.
Eugene, I love you, man. Well said.
I actually love it this way. We are underdogs, no pressure on us, and we will just go
that's
the
true.
threat.
That's what it's like Spurs, Like yesterday's game, we were the underdogs, Everybody's saying, "Oh, MCT's gonna come and whip us," right? And what happened?
But I can tell you, Eugene, I was very happy. I was very, very happy that Spurs beat Man City.
Yes,
I was like,
And not only that, Jurgen plays well, manages well when he's underdogs. When we're underdogs, if you think about his Dortmund side against Bayern Munich, always underdogs. If you think about the Barcelona game again, we were underdogs going into it. He gears his team up to be strong as underdogs, like the world is against you kind of thing, I mean, I prefer that. I'll take any time. But I'm scared about Chelsea. I've got to be honest, guys.
Yeah, true.
Especially
So are we.
I think they're a really good outfit this year. But anyway, it was a brilliant chatting with you guys. Great review, guys. Eugene, before we talk to you about your channel, who is Spurs playing next weekend?
Oh, we're playing Wolves. Nuno's ex-team.
Nuno's ex-team.
Away, is it?
Away, yeah.
And Wolves lost the first game as well. Wolves lost their first game as well.
Yeah. Actually, I did watch that game because usually I watch the teams that play before the next match, right? They were a bit toothless, Wolves, and somehow or another, Leicester, not to say dominated them and all that. Leicester was more or less in control most of the time, right? So, but don't forget, Wolves have a new manager. So for me, is that I'm not more afraid with Wolves is because Nuno is going to be our manager, and Nuno will know every trick that the Wolves players have. They'll know how to go about them, hopefully, right? But not to slag them off too much, but I think we'll win about 2 or 3-0.
Oh, interesting. I'm just interested to see Adama Traore against Eric Dyer, man.
Tell me a good one, Harry. I'm dying to see it better as well. Man.
For all you know, Romero might play.
That's a good point. He came on, didn't he? He came on. Awesome. So, Eugene, maybe I'm Ram. I'm sure we all want to hear. Our viewers want to hear. Tell us a bit about Spurs Eugene, man. Tell us a bit about your channel.
Yep.
Go ahead, Eugene. The floor is yours.
All right. I created Spurs Vision TV out of how you said while hopping onto other Spurs channel, fan channels, and all that. And one day, one of the hosts said that, "Why don't you do this?" And he gave me the name too. Will Stewart, TFC Rand, gave me the name. So, actually, the next day itself, I created the channel, and that's how it started. And my objective is to more or less to link the Spurs fans from the rest of the world, right, to the Spurs fans around the world, right? The Asians fans with the rest of the world. And now also more or less, I'm looking to link fans, not only just Spurs fans, football fans. I don't mind, Ram and Harry has been on my channel before. Right, Spurs Vision.
We enjoyed it very, very much. Thank you for having us.
Brilliant channel, guys. Any Spurs fans out there, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Brilliant content.
Come back on again, and I'm hoping to meet some Malaysian Arsenal fans, channel creators here.
Oh, I can introduce you to a few. No
Ram will introduce you to one. One or two.
That's what I'm saying. You guys have to set up one of these days a live stream, right, with all the Malaysian YouTube clubs.
Creators,
creators, and put us all in one show and see what happens.
Oh, sure.
Fireworks.
No, it won't be fireworks, right? It won't be fireworks. Well, Asians are very, very what I call humble for their clubs, right?
Yeah.
We don't go out and
in a good way, fireworks, good banter.
Good banter.
Awesome, guys. If you haven't checked out the channel, Spurs fans of other clubs as well, he does some neutral content as well. Please check out the channel, subscribe to Eugene channel. He's got brilliant content on his channel.
Thank you.
Ram, over to you, man.
All right. Eugene, once again, it's a real pleasure having you on our show, but it will not stop here. I can promise you that for sure. We would love to have you on in the future for some previews, live shows, as what you mentioned. So stay in touch. All right. And guys, once again, Spurs Asian TV is very new. They have amazing guests on the show. If you're a Spurs fan, you love football, tune into his channel, subscribe to his channel, and let's all have some fun talking football. So signing off from The Plot Malaysia. This is the show for the fans. Eugene, join us.
Bye the fans.
Bye the
fans. Woohoo. Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, Eugene.
All right. Thanks.
Cheers. All right, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button, watch our next video, our playlist, and hey, support us because it will help us do better lah. Thank you very, very much. Cheers.
Yes, please subscribe and do leave your comments as well, guys, as we bring you more Premier League related content and football related content over the upcoming weeks. Cheers.
All right. Cheers.